Hey everyone, so here is another way that you might want to generate some ideas. Maybe when you did your first and last, you felt like the stuff you came up with wasn't strong enough for you to write a whole entire memoir about, and that's okay. If you fall under that category, that's why you've been given this video, so I can help you come up with some more ideas. And kind of like before's assignment, you're gonna read the directions up here. You're gonna make a list of people, places, issues or events, and lessons learned. You're gonna make a 3 chart. And then you're kind of just gonna fill in each thing. Now, when you're doing it, there's an example up here that you can use to help you. There's also a right long to the right for the example of the right long. And then there's this part right here. So I'm going to go through the thinking process with you guys so you can get an idea of how we might fill this out. So you don't even have to go from left to right. You might just think about maybe an event or issue that had occurred. Maybe I might want to write about when I was dropped from the top of the pyramid from 20 feet in the air. I fell on my elbow and then I got yelled at for crying. That was something I remembered. So I might write that. I was dropped from the top of the pyramid, and I'm just gonna specify how high it was, 20 feet onto my elbow. And then my coach yelled at me for crying. Now, me personally, when I used to get injured in sports, I wasn't really much of a crier, so I felt like if I was crying that there'd be a valid reason. She didn't see it so much that way. So one thing that I need to think about now is that's the event I was thinking. Who were the important people? The people were the cheerleading team, my cheerleading coach. And where was it? At Disney World College Nationals. So, I had one idea, but I'm kind of thinking it out a little more. And then I'm going to think about what's the lesson that I learned from this. When a coach sees that one of their players is really hurt, maybe they should care more about whether they're injured instead of yelling at them. One of the lessons that I learned here was that some people don't always have your best interest in mind. Okay, so that's one thing that I did. Now, let's think about another event because I'm thinking of 3. Maybe instead of thinking events, maybe I'm going to think about a place that had a lot of effect on me. I remember when I was younger, I went on a trip with new people. I didn't even know who these people were. It was the first day I met them. And the place was the waterfall in Nicaragua. And here, what I did was I rappelled down a 150-foot waterfall. Even though I was really scared and was very scared, I might fall to my death. Okay? So then there's that. Then I'm thinking of the lesson that I learned. Overcoming your fears gives you a new sense of accomplishment and it feels great. So that was something that I learned there. So in the first one, I thought about an issue and events, and then I worked backwards. For this one, I thought about a place that had a big effect on me. Now let's think about a lesson I learned once in my life. You know what? When I was about 24 or 25, I met my birth family. So I might write something about that. The lesson I learned when I met my birth family was that just because people are thinking of you or just because you might have forgotten about people doesn't mean that they forgot about you. So that's the lesson. Even if you forget about people, they don't forget about you. And then what was the event? The event was meeting my birth family for the first time. And where was it? It was in the Philippines. And I was with my sister, my mother, and my birth family. Okay? So as you notice, there are a bunch of different ways you might think about it. You might think about the issue and then think backwards. You might think about a lesson, or you might think about the other one, either way. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start your write long. If you can, you see how I have all this extra space? I'm going to move this up a little bit so that I can have more space in my write long. Because if you notice, there's things underneath that you want that to go there. Okay, so for my write long, I might say, it all started when my sister asked me if I wanted to meet my birth family. I never thought about it, but I knew she was interested. Now I might talk about how I feel. I felt that since I was given up when I was younger, there would be no point, and that my birth family might not even exist. I'd rather just live my life here in America and forget about the other side. Then I might want to write about, I said about how I learned that other people were thinking of me. I might write, little did I know, on the other side of the world, they were thinking about me. Okay, and then I'm not writing my whole story. I'm just getting my ideas out, about like 6 to 10 sentences, and then I'm going to keep going on. Now, what I want you guys to notice is that since this isn't a specific assignment, there's a whole bunch of these down here. So if you're going to choose to do one of these, you're just going to put your name at the top where it says name. You're going to claim one. So this one I claimed, Miss Cruz. The class that I teach is 701. And then we're just going to go through it this way. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, you can contact your ELA teacher. If you can't get in contact with your ELA teacher, then feel free to contact me. Either way, I hope that helps, and I hope this helps you kind of generate some other ideas you might want to write about.